And hi, everybody. Well, we are knee-deep in November football now, and all the games seem to matter, right? Good to have you along for another edition of Pigskin Picks, brought to you by Lee & Associates. Well, the Florida State-Clemson game seemed to be the game on the schedule this year, Gene, right? And that would answer so many questions when everything was happening, but it's still important. But is it predictable or unpredictable?
Clemson needs this one to clinch the ACC Atlantic Division and a trip to the ACC championship game in which they'd be favored, and, of course, to stay alive in the college football playoff race. I'll tell you, I'm a little concerned about that Clemson defense. First of all, Cam Akers ran really well against Syracuse for Florida State. They seem more fired up than they were the week before. And Clemson, Warren, they were outgained once in 2015, once in 2016. They've already been outgained 3 times this year, including at NC State. Now, they're 4-1 in those games, but I don't think that's a good trend. I like Clemson in this game, but I think that defense needs to, within the game, show that they can bounce back a little bit.
Interesting stats there. Clemson played, I thought, just good enough last week. Didn't play great, but did play good enough to beat NC State. This week, Florida State's true freshman quarterback, I think, still plays like a true freshman quarterback. A lot of body language, too, with him when he gets kind of frustrated with how things are going. I think Clemson's defense will give him some problems. Tigers win by double digits. So that's kind of how I see that one. What has happened to the once mighty Florida Gators? They got hammered by Missouri last week. Gamecocks are favored, which goes to show how far maybe Florida has fallen in recent weeks. What do you think?
Gamecocks favored almost by double digits, and Coach Will Muschamp, Warren, really got on South Carolina for, he thought, not playing physical enough in the trenches at Georgia, but I thought they really did a good job, considering that is the number 1 or 2 team in the country, depending on how you look at it. And I think the South Carolina defense is really going to have a good day at home against Malik Zaire or whoever Florida puts at quarterback. It looks like the Gators in their second straight road game here, it's just going to be tough, and they might have already given up on the season with interim coach Randy Shannon. I like South Carolina by a couple touchdowns at least.
Yeah, you know, I thought the Gamecocks kind of kept it respectable in Athens last week. I never felt like, though, they were going to win. Did you? This week, I feel the same way about Florida, a program kind of in free fall right now. Finally, CSU still sees a slight path to winning the Big South, and the Bucks play on the road again against Kennesaw State Saturday.
Warren, that Charleston Southern defense has been something else. In 3 Big South games, they've given up a total of 29 points. So give it up for Anthony Ellis and the guys. They've just played really, really well. The problem on the other side of the football, and because they just don't have that punch that they've had in the last few years, I think they lose this game at Kennesaw State, which is undefeated in Big South play.
Yeah, I don't see a Buck victory this week at all. They do need a win over Kennesaw and then hope something else happens with another team, Monmouth. But granted, what they really need desperately, I think, right now is an infusion of offense. Can the defense keep this game close enough for the Bucks to win? I don't think so. No championship for Mark Tucker's first year. Kennesaw drops the hammer on the Bucks' hopes. So there you go. More than 100 winners last week with 9 or more correct picks. I think 20 of you were perfect. So congrats on that. And look for all 10 of our picks in Gene's Saturday column. Good luck.